Hello guys, welcome back to Web World. After a long time, I'm really excited to start a new playlist on data structures and algorithms. This series is mainly to help you in your coding journey and also to improve your career step by step. Before we begin in this journey, I want to set up one small but very important thing with you. From today, whatever you practice should not get lost. It should stay with you and it should also become something you can show in your GitHub profile. So instead of coding anywhere randomly, you are going to use GitHub Codespaces. Most of you are not aware of GitHub Codespaces. So don't worry, I'm gonna tell you how to create a GitHub Codespace, and also I'm gonna also tell you the best practices to maintain efficient GitHub Codespace. Firstly, let's get into the video and open the Google Chrome browser and search github.com. GitHub homepage looks something like this. Remember one thing, you must have an active GitHub account to do this tutorial. If you are not having an active GitHub account, please sign up in GitHub and do this with me. Firstly, to create a new code space, we must have a non-empty GitHub repository. So we have to create a non-empty GitHub repository. So let's click the new button right here to create our repository. And let's name our repository as data structures and algorithms. Our repository will be created as data structures and algorithms. We can type some description for this also, like practicing DSA questions, and in the configuration you can see add readme. So toggle this on because I already mentioned that we must have a non-empty repository to create a new code space. So the repository will be having the readme file so that it will become a non-empty repository. Let's hit create repository button to create our repository. The GitHub internally creates the repository and assign our repository name and description to the readme.md. Here the .md means it's a markdown file. Okay. Now we have an active non-empty GitHub repository with us. So let's create our code space. In the top left corner of the page, you can see open menu button. Okay, click this so that you can see code spaces listed in services that are provided by GitHub. These are the different services that are provided by GitHub, and Codespace is one of that. Let's click the Codespaces and click the new Codespace button to create a new Codespace. It will open the new Codespace page in a new tab. It is asking repository to be cloned into your Codespace. So we have to select the repository that we have just created. So let's search the repository data structures and algorithms, right? Here is my repository, data structures and algorithms, and it will say code space usage for this repository is paid for by Abhinay Teja. that means me, because the account is under my name. So that's why the repository usage field belongs to me only. That is what it is saying. Just ignore that. We are not going deeper into that. And let's leave the main branch as it is, and the region same, and machine type also we are not going to change right now. Let's click the create code space. Yeah, the GitHub is setting up our code space internally. Actually, the GitHub code space just looks like the VS Code. You can see the VS Code logo here. It is like a VS Code, but it runs in your browser, no setup, no installation required. You can access your code anytime from anywhere in the browser. Now, what you can do is you can simply create new files from the new file button here and new folder, and also collapse the folder structure, and same as the local Visual Studio features. You can see the extensions also, the debug also, and that's it. For now, let's create a new folder called arrays. You can see the arrays folder is created at the left side. Okay, this is how we are going to use the GitHub code space for our coding. And in our future videos also, we are going to use this same code space. So we have to make sure this code space is okay. Let's close this code space, and we actually reload the entire page so that we can see the newly created code space in the bottom. So the best practice is to reduce the computation. We can stop the code space whenever our work is completed. So please click the three dots button at the right side of the code space, and also we can stop the code space. If we click the stop code space button, it will stop the code space. No more computation running in the background. Okay, that will make the code space efficient to use. And also here there is an option called rename. We can rename our code space into something like DSA practice. DSA. Click save button to save the changes. Okay, yeah, this is how we can create a code space. We can rename the code space and also stop the usage of the code space. And also we can delete it also. We can delete the code space also, and we can create n number of code spaces if we want. For this playlist, I'm going to use this single code space for the entire coding DSA coding journey, of this playlist particularly. So you have to follow each and every step clearly to make sure your code spaces get created. And that's it for now. Set this up and be ready for the next video. Thank you.